You know how they say Oregon isn't as flat as you think? Yeah, well, we hadn't heard that either. But with the new state, we had momentum. For the first time in the whole trail, it felt like we were really getting somewhere. It was cooler, it was greener, and it was beautiful. After the harsh grind of NorCal, Oregon felt like we'd stepped into a whole new world. We'd been on trail for nearly a week, so it was time for a resupply and a brief return to civilization.
Look at that. There we go.
Ashland was my favourite town on trail. Full of cool bars, hipster cafes, and no sales tax. It would have been easy to spend days here. Town days have a way of bringing everyone together. You run into hikers mid-chore, crossing paths that you didn't expect. We bumped into Ash, Harry and Beetle, who we hadn't seen since the first week in the desert. It was such a joy to see old friends. Our original trail family had split in Northern California, and we hope to see them eventually. But for now, it was nice to have a crew again. Oregon was incredible. It was a refreshing change to be back in a full forest again. The trail winds through dense green forests that wrap around you. And there were berries everywhere. Huckleberries, blueberries, blackberries. For snacks, for breakfast, or just because.
God, there's so many.
This added a new element of purpose and nutrition to our daily routine. And the weather could become very moody very quickly. Perfect conditions for some surprise visitors.
This is so cool.
The landscape kept shifting too. From dense, wet, mossy forest to open, flowery meadows, leading to loose, gravelly paths, winding their way through the foothills of active volcanoes. You could see them rising in the distance, these massive peaks just sitting there, guiding the way. Giant, lava-filled trail markers pointing all the way north. Oregon was also full of things to do. The first of those was Crater Lake. Sitting inside the remains of an ancient volcano, it's a huge collapsed crater, now filled with some of the clearest, deepest blue water that you'll ever see. People travel across the country to stand on that rim for a few minutes. But for us, this was our backyard, so like always, we had fun with it.
Yes. Oh, that's fantastic.
The next morning, we woke early to catch the sunrise. From a dull glow, the light hit the water and the whole crater just lit up. It was something very special. Also, trail popcorn, a new addition to the repertoire, definitely lifted the experience.
I like it, man. That's the most scenic popcorn I've ever seen.
Sitting there, eating popcorn, watching the light change, for a moment it felt like we had all the time in the world. But when you've walked this far and seen this many incredible places, something shifts in how you see the world. Even Crater Lake, one of the most beautiful places in the entire country, becomes another stop in your journey. You take it in, you appreciate it, and then you put on your pack and keep walking. Not because you don't appreciate it, you do, but because there are still so many miles ahead. And no matter what, you have to keep moving. Oregon may be flatter than some of the other states, but that didn't mean that it was easy. They call it the Green Tunnel for a reason. Days and days of a straight trail in dense forest, stretching on for what felt like forever. We were knocking out 30 or more miles each day. Not because we were stronger, we just wanted to move through it. But when you walk like this, day after day, just ticking off distance, you're not hiking anymore. You're completing miles, getting it done. The question shifts from, can I do this, to why am I still doing this? Up until now, when things got hard, we had the family, a group to laugh with, people to push you when you hit a new low. But now, it was just us. I had moments where I genuinely thought about stopping. Nearly 2,000 miles? That's more than most people ever walk in their lives. Why not just call it done? But you can't walk away once you're this far in. I came out here to walk from Mexico to Canada, one continuous footpath, and I was going to finish it. Which meant finding reasons to keep going, even the small ones. Like the Timberline Lodge, an incredible mountain lodge built in the 1930s, perched high on Mount Hood. Also famously used in the filming of The Shining. They play the movie every night, and you can ask for a photo with the axe used in the famous scene. Predictably though, we were mostly there for the unlimited buffet breakfast.
Unlimited pancakes.
The next morning, we were back on trail. And for the first time, the miles started to feel different. The days were ticking down now, and the mountains were starting to rise again. We made our way through some of the most beautiful waterfalls on the whole trail. You could feel how close the next state border was. But before we arrived, there was still one date circled in the calendar: Trail Days. Trail Days is the one place on the PCT where almost every hiker stops. Right on the Oregon-Washington border, hikers come together to reunite, check out new gear and have, well, a bit of fun.
Are you feeling good about this, mate?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to start with the big one, work my way down the small one.
Famous shoe toss. He's got one. He's got one.
One out,
He gets a
bro.
sticker.
Best of all though, we got to see the boomers again. It had been weeks. Different states, different trails, different stories. Old debts were settled and old jokes picked up exactly where they left off.
Right now I'm rich. In 2 seconds I'm poor because it's for daily, so it's over.
For the first time in weeks, we were with family again. And I'd forgotten how much I needed that. So, with full packs, there was only one thing left in front of us. Our next and final state: Washington. Oregon had been harder than I expected. Not because of the trail, but Since losing our group, we'd lost something else. Something we didn't know that we needed. That feeling of family, of community, of having people around you when things get hard. Washington was ahead. Only 500 miles of the PCT to go. One last state. And this time, we wouldn't be walking it alone.
My trail name is Tube, like in a tube for a bike. And when you travel by bike, sometimes like an old inner tube could be useful to repair some things, to tie bags, whatever. So, of course, I brought one to start the PCT.
Julian, I'd like to welcome you to the stage to explain why you have bought the tyre. The floor is yours.
And of course, it was totally useless. So I got that name. One of my favorite book in French is talking about one specific place in the US, and I realized that place is on the PCT, and so I was so excited to see it. So yeah, my happy day were the days we were along the ridge of Crater Lake, and it was so impressive, so beautiful, and yeah, everything I had in my mind from that book, that French book, was just more beautiful, more powerful, more poetic, more everything. So it was my, I would say, happiest days on trail. The crappiest day, we found a spot for the night. At that time, we were like, oh, it would be so cool to do cowboy camping all together, no? And we asked Maud about the weather, and she was like, no, I checked, it will be dry all night long, everything is fine. And after that, I woke up and I was so cold and I was so wet. Oh, yeah, it was not dry at all, like that. and yeah, it was really not a good night.